Hello guys, welcome at the second video of the user defined function, okay, in C programming tutorial. So in the previous video we will discuss what are the function declaration, what is the function declaration, and what is the how the return type it is. Okay, in today's tutorial we are discuss briefly about this. If you see here in your screen, I can write a simple program. I will discuss briefly this program and analyze this program. Okay, suppose what is the first one. The first statement, you are also familiar with this. Okay, the first one is the hash include stdio.h. The hash is nothing but the preprocessor directive which is used to expand our source code. Okay, which is used to expand our source code. And after this it is the function declaration, or you can say function prototype. You see here, function function declaration, or you can say function prototype. Okay, function declaration or function prototype. So first one is the return type. First one is the return type. Here, if you see here, the return type is int. What is the meaning of this int? It means that whatever return, it will should be in integer type. Suppose if you return 7.5 or if you return 7, so it will be converted into 7 and it will be return only integer. It will return only integer. And next one is the function name. And next one is the function name. And it is the argument list, or you can say the parameter list. If you see here, there is a two arguments, or you can say two parameters. Okay, int. It means that we can pass only two arguments. Okay, and the next one is the x and y. So it is nothing but the variable, and this variable will declare in global declaration section, means above the all functions including main. So it will be declared in the global declaration section. Okay, so you can access these two variable throughout this program. I can discuss you what is the global variable, what is the local variable. So here the int x and y both are declaring as a global variable. Okay, the x and y are the global variables. So what are the calls are global variable? It means that which variables are declaring above all the functions including main. If you see here, here is a function. It is a function. It is a function. It is a function. We will discuss that the main is nothing but the system declared user defined function. So the xy variable will declare all above all the function. In our previous programs we declare any function inside the main function. Okay, but here if you declare a function globally, means above the main function, so it will be treating as a global variable. It means that you can access this variable throughout your program until your program does not execute. Until your program, okay, you can access these two variables in any function of your program if you declare this variable in the global declaration section. Okay, so it is nothing but the global declaration section. And the second one is the, if you see, it is the nothing but the int main function, the starting execution, starting the starting point of the execution. And the next one is the int y. Why? The I can declare the y variable at the global declaration section. So how you can declare this variable in inside this main? You can do this? Yes, you can do this. There is no problem. If you declare this variable in the global declaration section, no problem. If you declare this as well as in the local variable, there is no problem. Inside this main function or inside any other function, if you declare a variable inside any function, okay, inside any function, not beyond, not above this function, inside any function, main function or any other. Suppose here the p is declared inside this mul function. Okay, and here the inside this main function the y will declare, the y variable will declare inside this main function. So you can access these y local variable. The scope is called local. Okay, the accessing region. What is the scope? It is nothing but the accessing region. It means that how many area, how much area you can access this variable. So it is the node, the accessing region, how much area you can access this variable. Okay, how much area. So if you hear the function call, it is nothing but the function call. It is nothing but the function call. Okay, here there are the two. If you see here, there is a two arguments. I can pass only two arguments. I pass only two arguments. Okay, the 7 and 8. The 7, these arguments are called actual argument. I am discussed about this. The actual arguments 7 and 8. Whatever the arguments are passing like this. The first argument will be stored in the x and the second argument will store in the y. So the argument passing is going to the left to right associativity, in left to right. The leftmost argument, the leftmost value will be stored in leftmost variable, the rightmost value will store the rightmost variable. It will be doing like this. The arrow will be like this, in this way. The arrow will be doing this job in this way. The 7 variable will store in this x and the 8 variable will store in the y. And the next one is the printf. Okay, and when you call the function, the flow of control will transfer this function, the mal function. Okay, the flow of control will transfer at the mal function. In the mal function, you declare the p variable. Okay, and remember this thing. When the scope is local, it means that when you declare a variable inside a function, you can access this variable until the flow of control will stay at this function. It means that I will say you that suppose when the flow of control will out of this region, suppose when you return this function, return p, okay, the flow of control will go to the again from where the function is called. Okay, then the p variable will destroy. There is no existence of p variable. Okay, there is a no existence of this variable p. The p variable will totally destroyed. Because p is a local variable, it will the scope of this variable is local. You can declare this variable inside a function. You can access this variable until the flow of control will stay at this function from where you can declare or where you can initialize or where you can declare this variable. I mean that if you declare a variable in a particular function, you can access this function. You can access this variable in this particular function, not beyond this, or not in the another function. Okay, you can access the scope if the scope is local. It means that if you declare this variable inside a function. Okay, so I then the x variable will take this 7 and the y variable will take the 8 value p equal to the multiplication. You know that I return the p value because the return type is integer. The return type is integer, so I will return anything. Return the integer value. If I suppose if I return the float, if I return the float value, so whatever do, there is no problem if I return float value, but the return type is integer, so it will be converted into integer value. Suppose if I return 7.8, so it will be going to this only 7 because the return type is integer. Okay, so I hope you understand. Let's run this code. I hope you see this. Okay, the multiplication is 56 and y equal to 56. The execution time is 4.1 second. Okay, it is simple a piece of code. You can return. I can show you the different return statements. Okay, suppose if you return, suppose if you can give a condition, if the p is greater than 0. Okay, return else return 1. Okay, so what is this? This is called, if you write this type of statement, you can return more than return. You can, a function may have more than one return statement. Yes, a function have more than one return statement, but remember one this thing: a function does not return more than one value. More than one value, a function does not, a return function does not possible to return more than one value. But in a function have more than one return statement. If you see here, if the condition, if this condition will true, then the return 0. If the condition will false, then the return 1. So using this conditional statement, you can write more than one return statement. Okay, and the another main important thing is, all the functions by default return in type data. All the functions by default in type data. All the functions by default in type data. All the functions by default in type data. It means that, suppose if you does not write anything in the return section, in the return type section of this function, if you write only void, void means that if you write only blank, if you if you keep this space only blank, so whatever will return. So all the defaulters, it means all the functions by default return in data type. All the functions by default return in data type. It remember, you will remember this thing. All the functions by default return in data type. All functions by default return in data type. All functions by default return in data type. And the second one is the, suppose if you return, it is possible. Am I written this type of statement where the multiplication of two operand? Okay, yes, it is possible you return this type of value. Okay, it's possible. The compiler does not generate to any type of error. You can return this type of value also. I mean, this type of operand, and also this type of expression, you can return this type of value also. Okay, so it is possible. So how you can return in a function, there is a more than one return statement, but remember one this thing: can return only a only, you can return only a single value. If you question me, if your question in your side, why the 7 into 8, there is a two operand and one operator, but after multiply of these two operand there will be one value, single value. There is no problem. Okay. Suppose if you return here comma, this is wrong. This is totally wrong. Cross. This is totally wrong. Okay. In the return statement, you can return only a single value. Okay. In the return statement, you can return only single value, not more than once. I hope I does not increase this video. Okay. I expand this video. Please stay with us. Please subscribe this channel.